right, I'm going to kick us off with the Broncos taking on the Bulldogs Thursday night up there in Brisbane. It is, as we expected, Fletch. The loss of Reece Walsh to a knee injury sees Selwyn Cobbo take over at fullback. Dean Mariner comes in on the wing. Brendan Piakora returns on the bench after serving a 2-game suspension. Bulldogs, just to one change from the side that down the Rabbitohs, Harry Hayes is back. Jack Todd out. He fractured his arm, which he's done a couple of times, the same arm. Daniel Saluka Fafita is again the 18th man. Bulldogs aiming to win 7 in a row for the first time since 2014.
Oh, they're flying.
They played a cracking match last year. Remember, it was a Saturday 3 p.m. game.
Towed them up.
One of the greatest tries of the year.
Just threw the ball around.
The ball was flying. Thursday night might be a bit different. Are you confident?
Confident. Yeah, I'm confident.
Danger game. Danger game.
For the Bulldogs?
Yep. Broncos coming off a loss.
Yeah, I was hoping the Broncos seem to go up and down week to week, so I was hoping they beat the Warriors and then they'd have a down week.
Big crowd.
They'd almost get a sellout, I reckon, Thursday night, public holiday the following day.
Yeah, doggy supporters are coming out from everywhere. Anyway.
Yeah, they are.
King and Curran were good last week.
Yeah,
they're going up against Carrigan and Haas.
Rat's ass. I'm sick of this Bulldog talk. Let's talk about let's talk about the game of the round.
Yes.
This
The
is a big one.
16th place Roosters against the 7th place Dragons. How good's that to hear?
This is not only, this is my favourite day of the year.
Oh, mine too.
Favourite day of the year, and my A grade is coming up, and it revolves around this day. And I can't believe that. But let's do this. Let's get into the Chooks. And Billy Smith comes back into the side. And as we predicted, Mark Nwangane-Tawase is going to shift to the wing. And Dom Young, see you, Dom.
Blonskis.
See you, Dom. It's been coming. You can't run across field, brother. When you get the ball, you got to run hard. Spencer Leniu starts at prop. Nat Butcher is out. Angus Crichton's returned from his groin injury. Faketti's to the bench. And Egan Butcher comes onto the bench. So well done. The younger brother, the younger Richie Tupp. So he's playing his first NRL game since he did his ACL last year. Dragons, Siona Fine has been called on the wing. So who's coming in there?
Yeah, Sione Finau is coming in for Matt Fine.
Fine's gone.
Yeah.
Fine's gone. So he's broken his leg.
Oh, that was on that Sipley incident.
So Emre Gula returns from suspension on the bench, and Hamish Stewart won't be there. And the favourites are the Roosters at $1.75. What are you? There's going to be 45,000 there. I cannot wait.
I'm there. I'm going.
You going?
Go every year.
Yeah.
Or now that Tourist looks after the show for Anzac Day.
Okay. Well, are we on air?
Or not this year, but because we've got the rights.
Oh,
we've got the rights.
We've got the rights. You've got the lefts.
We're back.
All right. Well, Brooks, take me somewhere exotic.
Okay. Auckland?
Please.
Oh, no, not Auckland this week.
No, something more exotic.
Christchurch.
That'll do me.
All right. Warriors, Knights. What? Warriors looking for 4 straight, I feel?
Yes.
I feel like that's happening. Off the back of...
No, they got beat by Melbourne.
Okay. Well, they're looking for another win. Shan's Nickel Clockstart is back from concussion for the Anzac Day clash, which means Tane to a picky moves to the wing. Ed Cossey drops to the reserves. Rocco Berry is back after a 1-game ban.
Oh, delicious.
So Kurt Capewell returns to the back row and Leka Halasima to the bench.
What?
God, he was good last week. To Murray Martin goes to 18th man. He's making way for Leka to go back to the bench.
Did you say, where's dessert? Where's dessert?
What number do you reckon he's wearing?
I need a flake jammed into me.
A couple of cherries.
I need flake jammed into me with some soft serve.
3.
Is he there?
He's in the centres. Yes.
That's my favourite. Watch him play.
Knights. Ooh. Knights, what's doing?
Okay.
Dylan Lucas, that's what's doing. He's back on deck. So Thomas Cant moves to the bench. And Jermaine McEwen makes way. Jack Cogger has been named in the extended squad as he looks to return from a finger injury. I feel like that's 3 weeks in a row. Yeah. Knights halves this week. Same half. Sharp, Gamble, huge game for the Knights here in Christchurch, boys. Their attack's just not looking good.
No.
Warriors looking good.
Do you feel Kalen, I don't want to say uninterested, but you know when usually he's on, he's getting a dummy half and he's sort of bouncing across the field. Doesn't seem to be having that much.
No, I'm with you, Fletch.
I like
reckon
Fletcher
disinterested.
Fletcher I thought he was the only player for the Knights in that game who was just doing something.
He just
was making a
just
run.
give him the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he'd be a Mickey fullback somewhere.
Kalen Ponga.
No, the 6.
Oh, Fletcher Sharp.
Imagine just a little offload and off you go. Boom.
Bus.
So that means Kalen would go somewhere. Like, where would he go?
Christchurch. Via Auckland.
Rugby
I
union.
was
maybe.
thinking more Campbell Parade. Anyway.
Stop it. Anyway, that's it. That's the clash. Sold out 3 weeks ago, this one in Christchurch. So who are you tipping?
I'm going on the
Waz?
Warriors.
13
Yeah,
plus.
Waz.
Yeah, 13 plus.
Wow.
Wow. Storm versus the Rabbitohs. Storm, they are without Jack Howarth. He's out with a shoulder injury. But Nick Meaney, he returns from his jaw injury. Tui Kamikamitha, he is out with an ankle injury. So Lazarus Villapu, he is in. And Big Nelson is, he is listed amongst the reserves. So he's still working his way back from injury. I think this may be one of the most egregious things anyone's ever said on a rugby league show, but I think that Wayne Bennett doesn't know what he's doing. Because
I know what you're saying. I haven't even looked at the team.
Because Jai Gray has been dropped to the bench.
Yeah.
He's been dropped to the bench. You have got Latrell Mitchell. He is back at fullback. Your halves are Cody Walker and Jaden Sullivan returning from suspension. But I cannot believe that Jai Gray has gone to the bench. Lewis Dodd, he's out completely after his 16-minute debut. Bailey Bentley Happy, he comes in on the wing. And Campbell Graham goes to the centres.
Yeah.
Ewan Aitken to the back row. Good Scotsman. And Lachlan Hubner, he is out with a concussion, so Jai Arrow is your new lock.
Hang on, we've got a protest here. Please.
Hello.
Mitchy boy.
Hold all tickets. Protest.
This is from the Brisbane Eel Arvo run home team. Would it be remiss of you not to give the NRL.com kudos when you do Team List Tuesday, since you read their text? Well, isn't that the whole idea when they... Where else do you get it from?
Yeah, that's the place. The NRL website.
I mean,
That's our source.
Brisbane Eel, I could go into the back of like a Caltex and go into the cubicle and have a look at those weird numbers that come up. But I don't think we'll be going to get... I don't know where else you can read the teams out. Does anyone else drop team lists?
It's definitely not Mamma Mia. Like one of those websites, right?
Pedestrian.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, Pedestrian. A Timeout Sydney.
Or the 3 p.m. pickup. They don't do that sort of gear, do they? Chrissy Swan.
Oh, right, yeah.
She's not talking about that. I certainly can't go to on the
We'll give them credit. NRL.com is where we get all
If
the
you want to
information
find the team,
from.
Good
If you want to
website.
find your
Sorry,
team.
Brisbane Eel, but that's what we do.
Saturday, 5:30 p.m. Up in North Queensland at Townsville. The Cowboys take on the Titans. For the Cowboys, back rower John Bateman returns from an infection. Jeremiah Nenai comes into the starting side, so Kai O'Donnell and Sam McIntyre go back to the bench. Harrison Edwards drops to 18th man. For the Titans, Dave Fafita is named to play, despite initial fears he could miss up to a month with a hamstring injury. Whilst speedster Alofi Pereira is also back from a hamstring injury. Bench forward Brock Gray returns from suspension. Cleese Haas and Isaac Fasua Malawi dropping off the bench. So troops returning for the Titans.
Cowboys fresh.
Yeah, I like the Cows.
13 plus.
I like the Cows. Not 30.
straight.
Geez, the Titans were disappointing.
Oh,
against-
they always
were so
are.
disappointing
Up
against the
16,
Raiders.
yeah.
Oh,
That was Sugar's bet of the round. I thought, here he comes again. A little smoker. Let's go to Combank Stadium. Penrith versus the Manly Sea Eagles. He can't take a trick, the poor little hooker.
this is going to be an absolute shocker of a game to try and bet on.
Mitch
Good luck
Kenny
here.
is out with suspension. He's just got back in. Isaac Tungår is back in the centres because Lukey Garner's not going to be there. And Maverick Geyer, another MG, has been added to the bench for his first NRL game this year. Oh, look at this.
Oh, good summary.
Let's get into this.
Let's
Let's get into
pause.
this, Seagulls. Play the drum roll, please. Any supporters out there who are from the Manly region? You're going to love this.
Vic LaRusso.
Here is it, Chopper. Tommy Trebojevic, he's named to return. At fullback, Lehigh Hopewadi moves to the wing. Tommy Talau goes to the bench. And Clayton Farlolo drops out. Jakey Trebojevic, well, he's entering the concussion protocol. So Jazz Tavanga moves to lock. Jake Simkin to hooker. And Nathan Brown, he's been on the bench after suffering that shoulder injury. I think Penrith win here again.
Penrith,
I think-
a different side, Manly, when Tommy T's back.
Yeah, I just think Penrith. I think Penrith for me. I just saw things in that second half that it's getting back together. You know, they're a work in progress, but I think Blaze Talangi had his best game for Penrith.
Yeah.
Isaac Papali'i was very good. Penrith for me.
Did you hear Brandy yesterday sent a rocket up the Manly pack after
why is
their
he
last few
doing that?
weeks? I didn't realise
Why
that
is Brandy
Panthers
doing this?
Seagulls this
Ooh.
week.
Brandy, what are you doing?
A poorly timed rocket.
Well, I saw the Rocket Man on Saturday. Rocket Man was out at the... he was at Penrith.
Yeah.
So he was in the Penrith director's box next door to me. And because I was in the Texans box.
Yeah.
And then he walks out. And Brandy was just a champagne flute full of verve. It just came in and was just... he was on fire.
The whole weekend he was on fire. Two of the best calls I've heard.
Oh, yes.
He was like, Bostock is no
yeah.
midget.
You can't say that.
I know.
I heard that.
Oh, yeah, no,
I
I'm
heard
quoting
that.
him. It's all good, isn't it?
I heard that. I heard that live, and I was
then-
thinking, is that play on or is that a no-go?
And then,
what are we
Riley
going
Smith.
with?
Well, you can't say it.
But he said he's no midget.
Yes.
No, but what he was saying, and I could see Brandy thinking about it, and he with all the guys. And
He's no
and
slouch.
He's no, you can't say the M word. You can't.
I thought you couldn't call someone the M-word, but you could say they're not an M-word.
not.
No,
one.
you can't say the M word. You have to call them a dwarf.
So he had to
dwarfs-
say
He's no
he's no
dwarf.
dwarf.
Yeah, no dwarf.
Okay.
He's no sleepy Doc or grumpy.
That's politically correct.
Okay.
If there is anyone who was of short stature out there, have we got this right?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Okay.
And Matty Johns.
And
just
what else?
called
What,
it.
what was it? What else
And
did he say?
Riley Smith's running around like a rabid dog
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
yesterday. No, it was good. I'm not saying they're bad calls. I loved it. I love what he was
So he's saying
bringing to the call.
Someone's got
rabies.
Running around
Yeah.
tackling people. He did. He led the tackle count.
What is that song that I remember? It's a Silverchair song. Baby's got rabies, and then it just goes,
Oh.
and they couldn't think of another word. And then
Freak.
No, but there's something. It just doesn't rhyme. It rhymes, but it has no.
In the middle of
context.
the Andes.
In the middle of the Andes.
Yeah.
But baby's got rabies.
Yeah, I'm a freak.
It is freak. Can confirm.
H-
And
It's
what?
freak.
Can you just repeat that?
Can you say freak?
What is the
Um,
actual words?
Your baby's got rabies sitting on a ball in the middle of the Andes.
No, it doesn't rhyme.
Well,
No,
it
it
rhymes,
doesn't
but it's
scan.
got no. That's just made up shit.
No scan.
The songwriter just
Might have
gave
been
up
the
there.
Persians at the time.
He might have been walking out of the car.
Can I just say
Sorry,
quickly,
Yes.
while we're talking Rocket Man,
Yeah.
my girlfriend comes back from gym this morning and wakes me up because
What's
she's
she
all
wearing?
excited.
What's she wearing?
The crop top
All
and the you know
What
the
sort
tights.
of the bottom? Are they the full length ones or the shorts? Because I've noticed a lot of
full
girls.
length.
Yeah, there's a lot
This is
of
so awkward, baby.
Ugh.
what?
I feel like
That's okay.
No.
Anyway, she wakes me up. She's all excited. She goes, "You won't believe who they partnered me up with at gym this morning for our workout." I said, "Who?" Taron Egerton, who played
Oh,
Rocket Man.
yes.
Yeah.
He's in Bondi. She was paired up with him at gym today at Virtus up on Bondi Road.
Uh-oh. You're starting to worry.
oh no,
Hang on. I noticed what you did there.
What?
Well, you proposed last year.
Yeah.
So she's gone from fiance just to girlfriend to flatmate.
Oh, did I say
You
girlfriend?
said girlfriend.
Sorry,
Ooh.
fiance.
So
I
I
forget the fiance thing
Freudian
sometimes.
slip.
He was in Carry On. That's the
Oh,
one
the-
in the
the rank
airport at
Netflix
Christmas.
one.
Taron,
With,
yeah, he was.
Yeah, Jason
yeah, yeah.
Bateman.
Could you ask Rose, is she taller than him? 'Cause
She said he
seems-
wasn't very tall, but he was in great shape. He was very fit, very good on the rower.
Oh, God.
Pound for pound.
Jeez, that's a lot of looking for.
They were partnered up, so they were doing a workout
Oh.
together.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Did they go for coffee afterwards?
Well, no, she said at the end of the thing, he said,
What do you say?
I didn't grab your name.
Oh.
She said, I'm Rose. And he went to introduce himself and she said, well, actually, I already know who you are. He said, what have you been up to? Blah, blah, blah. It was all friendly.
Is he an Aussie?
British.
No, Pom.
And why is he out here?
That's a good question.
Filming, surely.
He must be filming a movie or maybe something in and around the Bondi area. Well, he's obviously living in Bondi at the moment.
Movies are getting out of Hollywood, Fletch.
Yeah.
They're going to places like Australia, Canada,
Because of the exchange rate
Panama. Yeah.
or the tariffs.
Oh,
Tariffs
Could
are
be
blown
all
for
of the
everything.
Couldn't
above.
film anything in China at the moment.
No, we can.
125% tariff, isn't it?
Can't. Okay, let's do it.
All right, Brooksy.
all right. Okay, Raiders, Dolphins. This is huge. This is actually a sneaky good game, isn't it? 2 p.m. Sunday. Great time slot. All right, Raiders. Ricky Stewart, same 17 that beat the Titans. Josh Papali'i and Morgan Smithies in line for another game day swap, possibly. It's been working. Simi Sasagi is listed as 18th man. Dolphins. Big in for the pack here, boys. Francis Molo makes his club debut in the front row. Mark Nichols moves to lock to replace Felice Kafusi. Jeremy Marshall-King, he's remained sidelined with his infected leg. Max Plath has been named Looked like that might have been a semi-long-term injury. Well,
Psychopath.
not semi-long-term, but short to medium
I
term.
don't think he's
A 3 to 5 or a 1 to 3 sort of
definitely odds.
injury with his foot injury. So he's been named, but he's got the 9 jersey. Looking at the bench, Sean O'Sullivan maybe comes in if he's no good, and Kurt Donahue goes to starting 9. Boys, who of the 2 hot teams at the moment do you think is going to get the chockies in GIO Stadium?
The Durs.
Viking
Raiders?
claps.
Yeah.
Down there. You think they peaked last week, the Dolphins?
Well, I just think a little bit of chilly weather on a Sunday arvo in Canberra, late April. It's not ideal conditions for the Dolphins. Be a bit of a shock to the system. The Raiders, I'm a big fan of the Raiders this year.
You can still get them at 40 to 1 to win the comp. Chances are you're about to lose.
Chances are at 40 to 1 you're about to lose, but have
take
a dig
that.
nonetheless.
Raiders doing a good ticket deal this week, boys. Anzac round. So Brumbies and Raiders, you'll get one of those
So you have
2
to
for 1
sit through
sort of
one to go
deals.
to the other.
Oh,
Yeah, 2 for 1 deal.
Heavy days. Couldn't sit through a Brumbies.
Which
Tourists.
one's going there?
Final game of the round.
This is the biggest one. This is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Who's going to play 5/8 for the Tigers?
I can confirm it is Lachlan Galvin who'll be returning after making a sojourn to New South Wales Cup.
The Benji backflip.
Yeah, he's back in the squad with Jerome Luai in the halves for this game, which means Dewey, he goes back to the centres. Brent Naden goes to the wing. Luke Lilly is out. Royce Hunt's back on the bench after missing Easter Monday.
Former team.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, just to let you know, this is all thanks to NRL.com. Toby Rudolph is out with an ankle injury for the Sharks. So he's replaced by Takupa Tapua? Have I done that right?
How to Pua.
How Tapua. And the only change to the squad, Braden Hamlin Ueli is named amongst the reserves. And gentlemen, I will be at this game for my second ever NRL game.
Okay, you got to pick a team. Yeah.
Maybe.
You got off the Tigers.
I'll have to
This
see.
one here, it was nice of you to completely miss the Storm Rabbits game. Do you have a rebuttal there, Tourist? Because it was your team, and I'm pretty sure you went through it.
I'm pretty sure I went through it and I mentioned how Wayne Bennett has dropped Dry Gray, who was up until this week leading the Dally M voting. Some reason has to drop him because Latrell Mitchell has to be back in the team at fullback. He has to be, of
So
course.
that's no name. It was just number one.
No,
and
coward,
four.
I would say, is the word.
No, that's
Oh,
not
no,
very
no,
nice.
no, come on, come on.
Not very nice. You're still here? We'll see more on the Joel and Fletch socials and catch us live on SEN Radio. Because if you don't, you're an A grade. But if you do, you're the absolute Mickey.